I am not the ice Cougar manager.
You know who is?
I don't know, but that gentleman there has a nice Cougar sweatshirt. Chenister, Lockwood, Gabriel, Cron, Zerbe, Hughes, Vadnais, Lacan, Babich, Ciro, Bailey, Newman, Merrill, Van Sickle, and Seidel. And we'll get some good background music here. Lacan, Vadnais, Seidel. That's Bailey. Yeah, last game we had old school Metallica, now we've got Taylor Swift. Have to see what kind of stoppage music we get. All right, here we go. All right, folks, welcome to the live stream. First game of the Minnesota Meltdown pool play involving your 12U Blue Army Red Team taking on the Ice Cougars 12Us here from Fogarty Arena. This is Blaine, Minnesota. Thanks for joining us on the channel.
Welcome to the 2026 game featuring the Ice Cougars and Blue
Army. We'll get your lineup set momentarily. Sienna Newman will start between the pipes for Blue Army, with Seidel and Kron on defense, Babbage, and I believe that's Van Sickle, and then the far forward is Bailey, and we are underway. Again, first game of pool play, 15-minute periods. Blue Army in their white camos with the dark breezer covers. This one gets sent down all the way to the end. And icing against the Ice Cougars will bring this face off to the to the left of the Ice Cougar goal. Just underway here in Blaine. Puck is down. Blue Army wins that one. Kron goes for Seidel across. Seidel's shot, and that's deflected in front. Dug out, and it backhanded in and finds the back of the net. First shot on goal. First shot on goal for Blue Army. A bit of a backhand slap at it. Finds the far end of the net, and it's 1-0 to Blue Army. Good shot from the point by Seidel. It was directed towards the side of the net. Hughes and Lockwood, your defensive pairing now. New forwards on the ice for Blue Army include Gabriel and her line mates. Lacan, 96, is also out there. Good battle behind the net. Now the Ice Cougars control near side. It's kept in smartly that time by Lockwood, but the Cougars come out with it. Cougars in their black jerseys with the white and sky blue trim. Puck finds its way into the Ice Cougar end. Now the Cougars control and send it out. Good job broken up there by Lockwood. She ended up losing the puck, but did a nice job of getting that out over the blue line, and we have offside. Against the Ice Cougars. Babbage with the assist. I think they gave the goal to number 15. Blue Army doesn't have a 15 on its roster, so we'll have to figure that one out. Good physical play in the corner, and now the Army brings it around behind the net. Now they lose control. Ooh, good centering pass by Cougars. Cougars to the slot. It's broken up there by an alert defense. Good back checking by the forwards, but the Cougars still control. 2-on-1 opportunity, and this finds its way. This is Chedester. Chedester tries to clear it out from the point. It's kept in that time by Cougars. Cougars will shoot again, and Newman with a good save, but the rebound goes to the far side. Blue Army need to get control of this puck, and now they do, and here's an opportunity for Ciro. Ciro passes back. I think Ciro thought one of her teammates was behind her. This one goes to the far corner. Blue Army trying to get control of this puck. Far side, goes into the far corner. This is Seidel chasing. Now Kron's got it. Kron gets her head up, sends it to the middle. Blue Army get that one out to the stick of Van Sickle. This one goes cross ice. Here's an opportunity far side. Far side this is number 15. And a goal. And it is number 15. I do not have her on my roster, but that is I'm gonna call that the second shot on net for Blue Army. And a goal with 12:10 to go. here in the first period. Again, opening game of pool play. This is Babbage over the blue line. Sends it in, but it goes wide. 45, excuse me. Amelia Van Sickle, not 15, 45. This one comes to the middle. It's broken up by the Ice Cougars, and now they bring it out 2-on-2. Lockwood with a strong stick. Gives way to the far side. This is Hughes who pushes it wide. Newman can't control that one behind her net. Now far corner. Good head of steam out of the corner by a couple of defenders. Here's an opportunity. Blue Army 3-on-2 if they hurry. Into the far corner, centering pass, finds its way to the back. And I think that was Babbage, and she just could not get a stick on that one. Good shot from Hughes from the point. And a frozen puck with 11:23 to go. As Blue Army registered their third shot on goal. First shot on goal that has not gone in for Blue Army. Again, 15-minute stop time periods. It's our understanding. It's our understanding. Another shot. Good save there by the Cougar keeper. It's our understanding that the icing, you may ice on penalties. And it looks like they're playing touch-up offsides, although we haven't got confirmation of that yet at the U12 level. Cougars dig this one out, and now they go the other direction. Cron's going to come over to the far side. Cougars put on the Jets. Backhand attempt, slides wide. Newman watches it go harmlessly behind her. Cougars try to control the near side. Centering pass broken up that time by LeCan. Opportunity in the slot, and a good job that time. Good job that time by the Ice Cougars getting a shot on goal. Probably their first, arguably, good shot on goal. But Newman equal to the task. Good defense that time, harassing the shooter. Cougars control this one at the point. This one rolls in. Oh, and it slides past. Took a deflection and it hopped over Newman's arm. And with their second shot of the game, suddenly the Ice Cougars are drawn back to 2-1. Good face-off win that time by the Ice Cougars, and Blue Army just not able to quite get control of that one. Battle there in the high slot, taken by Blue Army eventually. Now that slides to the middle. This is a good dump-in attempt that time by Ice Cougars, finds the corner. Blue Army trying to keep it out into the bad ice area to the outside. This one falls nicely for Ciro. Ciro's one-on-one. She's got a defender trailing her. Ciro able to hold on to possession of it. Tries a centering pass that's broken up, and now Blue Army will go to the forecheck. Good job by the Cougars breaking that forecheck. Now they come racing the other direction. Shot from a bad angle. Newman steers that aside nicely. Gonna give him credit for a shot on goal there. This is Cron who's trying to get it out of her stick. Excuse me. Far side. That's Bailey. No, check it, that's Ciro. Puck's behind the Cougar bench. Excuse me, Cougar net. Hughes and Van Sickle holding it in there at the point. Hughes again unable to keep that one in, and it gets out to neutral. Lockwood back for it. Quick pass from Lockwood sends it forward. Cougars were changing behind the play. Good interception that time by Van Sickle. Van Sickle looks to center. Nice job there with her eyes to the middle. Couldn't quite get that one off of her stick, and now the Cougars look to break. And that's off. Wow, that's offside. I think 13 might have been over the line a little bit early, but in any event, we play on. This is Babbage, leaves it for Van Sickle. Hughes now tries to keep it in. Does. Nicely done. Right side of your screen. Down into the corner. This one's poked out, and this one will find LeCan all the way at neutral ice. She's got a head of steam. Is she going to be able to slip by the defender? Defender using her body nicely to force LeCan into the boards, and offside against the Blue Army U12 Reds. Again, their first game of the Minnesota Meltdown. This is pool play. We've got a game tonight here at what was scheduled to be 8 o'clock Central Time. A game tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time, and another game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central Time. And there will be, we understand, at least one game on Sunday. Time and opponent to be determined. This one gets sent around to the near side. Hughes holds it in momentarily. Cougars doing a nice job of chopping at that one. Lockwood racing back to get this one. Will circle behind Newman, wraps it around. Kept in momentarily at the point by the Cougars, but that makes it out to neutral ice. After a bit of a choppy start, this period has gotten a little bit free-flowing. Cougars might have been offside there, but that'll get broken up. This is Seidel. Seidel backhands this one forward, but it's intercepted. Cron with this one. Circles, far side. Now it becomes near side. Nice move that time at the near side boards. That was Merrill. These jerseys are not exactly a commentator's dream. The camo is a little bit hard to read. You'd think the fact that they have names on the back would make it easy, but first game of the season, and our production staff is hurriedly working on rosters. It gets sent down deep as the first period reaches well just over its halfway point. Cron keeps it in momentarily. And now here come the Cougars. Cron slaps at that one, can't get it, that's offside. Clear offside there, it's 6:44 to go. But the Cougars coming into the game after being shocked early with 2 quick goals in succession by the Blue Army. Babbage and Bailey the wings, Van Sickle the forward, Cron and Seidel your defensive pairing. Newman watches that one go around behind her cage. Seidel chases this one. Cron can't control that one. This comes to the high slot. Opportunity there for the Cougars, but they miss the net. Backhand attempt is held and frozen by Newman with 6:24 to go here in the first period. Notably, it's our understanding there will be 2-minute minor penalties if and when minor penalties are called. Puck is down, control initially by the Ice Cougars. Blue Army pressing at the blue line. That was Lacan on the far side. Now it comes near side. And a shot. And a goal. Not exactly sure how that one slipped by. But we have a tie hockey game at 2-all. That one just squeezed through. Not 100% sure. Looked like Newman may have had that one and just somehow it just trickled by. In any event we play on, it's with 6:05 to go. We've got shots even and we've got goals even, 2 apiece. Merrill sends this one in, slides by the Cougar goalie. This one gets wrapped around to the near side, kept in there by momentarily by Gabriel. Cougars trying to get past Hughes. Hughes says no, looks to go D to D, but can't. Opportunity for Hughes as she sends it across. Great chance there as Lacan had camped out in the slot, but couldn't quite get wood on it. This is Lockwood's shot from distance. It skitters into the near corner, and now the Ice Cougars will come powering out of their zone. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Good poke check there. And the Cougars, the Blue Army turned that the other direction, right under our camera. This falls nicely for Blue Army, but then the Cougars claim it. Now Blue Army with another opportunity. Shot, and that one goes wide. It whistles just past the keeper. Centering pass in the near corner, nicely done. And now it goes the other direction. Cron and Seidel, your defensive pairing. Try to push that to the outside. This one comes to the near side.
Keep it, Quinn.
Opportunity here for Blue Army. Can they get this out? This is Chedister trying to get it out. Can't quite get it out that time. It's turned back in again. Chedister looks to try to find some open ice. Now she sends it out. Cougars clear that one. And it goes to the far side. Blue Army with a good exit pass, but it ends up on the stick of a Cougar player at their own blue line. Poked ahead that time by Ciro. And Sickle not able to come up with that one, but Blue Army in over the line. Opportunity taken on, Ciro taking on 3 or 4 defenders there. Needed a couple of her friends to help her out. This one's going to be whipped out of the zone. Seidel is able to get there. Again, touch up off sides as is confirmed. Intercepted that time, almost intercepted that time by the Blue Army combination of Cron and I think at least one forward. This one goes down towards the blue line, and here's an opportunity for Cron, who picks it out, sends it for Chedister. Chedister tries to get that on her forehand, shoots, it's blocked. And unlucky that time for Blue Army, they're just not able to keep it in the zone. Again, touch up off sides keeps the game flowing. Opportunity here for Ice Cougars as they change behind the play. This is Bailey far side, who leaves it up for Van Sickle. This comes for Burt Babbage. Babbage shoots. Good blocker save, as that one looked like it was going to find the far corner. Blue Army player loses her edge there, goes down. And it goes to the far corner. Far corner centering pass, nobody there for Blue Army. Can Hughes hold this in? She does. Tees it up, shoots from distance, it's deflected down. And a brief pause in the action as we have been going, I wouldn't say nonstop, but for the last 3 or 4 minutes, it's been up and down action. And an offensive zone faceoff with Hughes and Lockwood. And this was Hughes, takes a deflection in, opportunity, and it slides by. Slides by, did not see who scored that one. I think it's Van Sickle. We'll have to get or it might be Merrill. That's Van Sickle first to the bench. Excuse me. And Blue Army take a 3-2 lead here with just under 2.5 minutes to go in the first period. Face-off win for Blue Army. This one comes back for Hughes. Hughes stick handling there, tries to squeeze that out. Runs into a little bit of resistance. Gabriel tries to help out, tries to get it out of the zone. Does. This is Merrill. She gets it on her stick. Gets it, passes across the blue line. She has a teammate on the far side. Fanned on that shot. But it goes down into the far corner. So Hughes and Babbage with the assists on that third goal. Van Sickle with the goal. Hughes battling there, pinching in. This is Merrill covering for her. Merrill unable to quite keep that one in, but now she gets it back. And Lockwood able to recover. D-to-D pass, nicely done. That time by Blue Army to break that out. Finding open ice on the far side. Blue Army squeezed that one in. It goes down behind the Cougar keeper. Less than 90 seconds to go. This is Hughes at the point. And a shot and a save by the Cougar keeper. Excuse me.
And the ice is not Ciro. I'm trying to figure out who it is. So Ciro's my daughter. She's the other goalie.
Oh, somebody forgot their jersey. Somebody forgot their jersey. Yep. Thank you for helping me.
I don't know who did. I'm trying to figure it out.
I can't remember who forgot their. Yes, I heard that discussion. I can't remember who it was now that I know. Okay, got it. So somebody forgot their jersey. That's right. I have a mom reminding me. Good production catch. I can't remember who forgot their jersey, but somebody did. I haven't called. There are a couple of names I haven't called yet too much in this game. Maybe it's one of them. We'll have to get a intermission confirmation in any event we play on. Less than a minute to go here in the first period. Good up and down period. Held in there by Vadnais. Vadnais, Kron pinching in. Kron sends it to the far side. Nice job. That's good pass. Shot. Good defense rally. Another opportunity, and that slides just wide. Chedister on the near side along with Vadnais. They send it around the boards. This is not Zero. It's whoever forgot their jersey. I'm going to just start calling her whoever forgot her jersey until I get confirmation. In any event, we play on. Good battle there. This is Bailey fresh off the bench. Bailey cuts to the middle. Bailey with a shot and a good save that time. Shot was low, but a good job by the Cougar keeper getting her pads down for that one. As we enter the last few seconds of this one, another shot on goal, but a conclusion to the second period. And a 3-2 lead so far for Blue Army. Solid Foo Fighters track. Speaker right above us, so I hope you like your Foo Fighters, folks. All right, second period about to begin here from Blaine. This is Fogarty Arena. This is the Minnesota Meltdown first game of pool play. Teams have switched in, so your Blue Army girls will be moving from right to left on your mobile device, screen, television, whatever you happen to be watching on. Referee checks to make sure everybody is, it's Zerbe. Okay, got it. All right. All right, so Audrey Zerbe is our girl wearing Ciro's jersey, at least until the goalies switch, if they switch, in which case my guess is she'll become Newman, so we'll have to figure that one out. Van Sickle with a good exit pass, misses everybody, and slides down the other end, but it's not going to go for icing. Good hustle there by the Blue Army. Good centering pass, it's right there, and it's poked home. Oh my heavens. That was all about hustle. The two Blue Army forwards hustling on that one to beat the icing, steering it in towards the keeper. And I'm sure the keeper probably was thinking that's going to go for icing, or maybe my defense is going to be able to get back. But that was just a pure hustle play that time by the Blue Army forwards. And 30 seconds into the second period, a 2-goal lead reestablished by the Blue Army. This is LeCann battling. Lockwood's there. This is Merrill back for it. She changes direction, gets her head up, sends a pass across, looking for a teammate, connects with a teammate. Opportunity. Teammate looks for the other side. That was Gabriel. This is Hughes. Hughes pokes this forward. Gabriel's going to try to get to it again, but fanned on that one. And now Cougars will come back the other direction. Hughes slaps at that one, trying to chip that one out. Buck's on the far side. Now it's almost looked like a 3-on-2 from where I was sitting. Cougars doing a nice job of holding it in. Gabriel pokes at it and gets it out to neutral ice. Oh, LeCann with a strong stick there. Opportunity. LeCann can't quite unload the cannon, but good hustle play there, creating some offensive opportunity. Blue Army still holding it in the zone. Gabriel, far side. Cougars will try to break out. It's held in momentarily. This is Lockwood who keeps it in. Left side of your screen. Comes for LeCann. LeCann tries to physically take that one away. Cougars take that one, try to take it from her. Lockwood's shot is blocked. Lockwood tries again. And this one whips down behind the Cougar keeper. Chedester in the far corner. This is Merrill centering pass backhand. That's blocked by a stout defense. And the Cougars will try to escape. Still can't escape. Really being held down in their own end. Have to be some tired legs out there in black. Not sure how many of those girls have been out there for that long, but Cron gets this one, circles, goes cross ice and far side. As Blue Army entered the offensive zone, this one comes back out. I think that was off of Cron's stick. As Seinel goes back for this one. Centering pass, trying to exit. Ooh, intercepted that time by the Ice Cougars. Kept in by Zerbe. Zerbe now brings it out. Zerbe centering pass. Finds one a teammate, put it right on her tape. Nicely done. That's Chedester, far side. Van Sickle battles in the middle. Chedester and Van Sickle, though, unable to connect on that one. Chedester not giving up on it. And here's an opportunity for Van Sickle. Van Sickle's already scored in this one. She shoots from distance, and it's parried aside. Honestly, I think that was probably going wide anyway. Oh, bad camera work on my part. Sorry about that. Cougars in over the line. And there's a save. Oh, it's still loose. Still loose. So there's at least one shot in there, and all hands to the defensive pump as the Blue Army girls are able to get that one out. This one falls nicely for Zerbe. Zerbe a little frustrated by that one. This is Van Sickle. I may have been calling Vadnais Van Sickle earlier. Intensity level kind of picking up here in this second period as Blue Army has extended their lead back to the 2-goal lead they had to start the game. Cougars with it now will try to exit. Van Sickle with a back check. This is Babbage. Babbage tries to get it in, but it's kept out. Good touch up that time by Bailey. But the Blue Army lose control of this one. Hughes is back for it. Hughes tries to get that to the outside. Newman slides it behind her cage. Battle right side of your screen. This one kept in by the Ice Cougars. And now it comes to neutral ice. Opportunity here for Blue Army. And offside as Blue Army is in over the line with 10:27 to go. And a neutral zone faceoff just in front of the Blue Army bench. Notably both teams with what look like fairly full rosters for this event, or at least for this game. Clean face-off win that time by Blue Army. They get it in over the zone. Into the zone, I should say, excuse me. Good use of the skate there by the Ice Cougars. This one comes to neutral ice. It's slapped at that time by Babbage, but then she goes for a change. Cougars will regain control. Van Sickle tries to stab at it, but it's brought out by the Ice Cougars. Turn back the other direction. I think this is Hughes' far side. Hughes pinching in. Hughes eyes looking to the middle. Good centering pass for Hughes. None of her teammates were able to claim that space, and the Cougars will have it. You can see Hughes' eyes turning towards the middle a couple of times, looking to see who was breaking into the crease. Into the slot. So a collision there as Hughes gets taken off the puck. Both players went down. No penalties certainly, but creates an opportunity for the Cougars. That one's whipped the other direction, and that will be icing against your Blue Army with 9:22 to go here in the second period. Face-off coming to the right of Sienna Newman. So Lacan, Gabriel, and Zerbe, I believe, are your forwards. This one gets sent in by the Blue Army. This one slides by the Cougar keeper. Try saying that 5 times fast. Cougars try to get this one to the outside. Cron's going to have to break her neck to get there. Cron, nicely done, makes the Cougar player slam on the brakes. And now Blue Army will bring it back out. This is Merrill, Gabriel, and chops at that one, hops high in the air. Good battle far side for Cron, sends it across. This is Lacan. Lacan gets it on her stick. Went for the pass, but fanned on it. LeCann again, just below the camera here. Now it slides across, and Cron stepping up. She's going to bring it in over the zone. Opportunity for Cron. She's got players breaking to the middle. Cron shoots and misses the net that time. And it's behind the net. Cougars will look to break. Try to feed it out. Cron tries to hold it in, but it takes a weird hop. And now it's a 2-on-1. Go in the other direction. Seidel across to try to force the play. Cron and Chedester doing a good job of getting back in time to support. Cougars changing behind the play. This one comes for Zerbe, or Zerbs, as she likes to be called, apparently, which was a surprise to her parents, or at least her dad. Mild surprise anyway. All right, so Ciro is now going to take the net. Newman will check out, and I think that means Newman is going to offer her jersey to, Zerbe. So we'll see if that in fact happens. This one comes to the middle. This one's poked ahead. Here's an opportunity for Blue Army. Good shot that time by a shot. Good save that time. 2 shots for Blue Army there. Good saves that time by the Cougar keeper. Lots of traffic coming down, and she was stout. This one loose in the slot. It's scrambled around. No one's getting rid of it yet. Opportunity, and a one-time opportunity for Blue Army, and it just goes begging. Lockwood smartly holds it in. Lockwood again with a strong stick. This is Van Sickle. It's 2-on-1. Van Sickle shoots. Blocker save that time by the Cougar keeper. It's not loose. It's still loose. Another shot. So a flurry of offense here for Blue Army. Bailey goes for the poke check. Can't quite get that one. Good job that time by the Cougars bringing that out of their own end. They'll make a change behind the play. That pass just a little too far for Babbage. And here come the Cougars over the blue line. They get in over the blue line. They avoid offsides. A shot as Ciro watches that go harmlessly behind the net. That was Seidel pushing that to the far side. Good shot, pass to the middle as Bailey teed that one up. Bailey with a backhand centering attempt that's broken up. This is Babbage, far side. Good use of the body, trying to battle a couple of defenders. Opportunity here for Blue Army. Gets it to the middle, can't unload the cannon from the backhand. Lockwood reaches in, can't get to that one. Good poke check that time by Cron, holds it in. Cron will bring it across the blue line. Cron to the forehand, intercepted, has her pocket picked that time by the Cougars, and the Cougars bring it the other direction. Fortunately, everybody in white was able to get back as LeCann brings this across. LeCann with speed. LeCann cuts to the middle. A good backhand attempt. Good save. Good shot. Good save that time by the Cougar keeper. Time winding down here. We've reached well over the halfway point here of this second period. Cron chips that one back in. Sent right back out. But it's intercepted. I think that's... I have to see who that is on the far side. I think it's, well, I'm not sure who it is. In any event, we play on. This is Merrill. That was in the high slot. This is LeCann. Merrill again, shoots. That takes a deflection. Goes behind the net. And the Ice Cougars bring that on out with a good exit pass. Seidel and Hughes are your defensemen. Seidel probably needs to get off the ice as Hughes steps up to pinch. Sends that down the other direction. Seidel's kind of caught in no man's land because she's as far away from the bench as she can be. This is Hughes, and that's going to be icing if it makes it, if it's not on goal, and it's not. So with 4:34 to go, we'll have icing. And Adeline Seidel will finally be able to get to the bench as, again, with the long change in the second period being the far side defenseman, that's a long way to go for little legs. Face off to the right of Ciro. Puck is down, controlled by Hughes, hammers that off the boards. Kept in well, smartly that time by the Cougars, comes to the near side for Lockwood. Lockwood tries to feed that over, but has to turn around and go the other direction. Chittister lost her edge there. Nothing there. Yes, there was a collision, but no penalty there. That one hit side netting, the side of the net. Hughes with it again. Good physical play in the corner. Kept in that time by by Cougars, but Blue Army are able to slap that out to neutral ice. This one coming the other direction. Here come the Cougars. They try to pull it onto their forehand. Good defense that time by Blue Army. This one comes for Babbage. Babbage brings it over the blue line. She had a lot of company. Van Sickle sends that in. It goes to the near corner. Call that another shot. Shots are starting to get a little bit lopsided, as I'm not sure that one was going to go in, absent somebody touching it from Blue Army, but we're not going to call that one a shot, but definitely more offensive pressure as you see the shots starting to mount, almost a 3-to-1 ratio now in favor of the Blue Army, and that's a ratio that if you have that on a regular basis, you're going to be successful. Seidel and Cron, your defenders. This is Cron with it, keeps it in at the blue line. Van Sickle chases. Bailey is on one side, Babbage is on the other. Van Sickle slides to the middle, lays it off for Babbage. Babbage has to get control of this one. Does. Nicely done. Use of the body there. Centering pass finds Van Sickle. Shot opportunity. It's broken up that time by the Ice Cougars. Pinched that time by Cron. And Blue Army able to hold it in momentarily, but the Cougars get it to neutral ice. Van Sickle steams through neutralized by a couple of defenders, but a good poke check relieves her of the puck. Here come the Ice Cougars going the other direction. Cron's going to have to get on her horse and start pedaling. Opportunity! And the Ice Cougars come back with a goal late here in this second period. There had not been much offensive pressure by the Ice Cougars, any intense offensive pressure, and that time 74 just went around the defender at the far side, was able to steer that in. And unfortunate for Blue Army, just not able to cover the entire net. Which of course is the case with all goalies, you can't cover the whole net. But 3-4 now in favor of Blue Army. So you get a sense that this is going to be a competitive game. Every time Blue Army has taken a lead, the Cougars have come back and scored. Here's LeCan. LeCan has an idea. Opportunity, good centering pass. That was a nice idea. It didn't create a scoring opportunity, but it was a nice idea by LeCan. It was a good pass. This finds Cron. Cron's looking for some help. Sends that down in. I think that's, nope, it's not going to go for icing. Icing waved off by the referee on the far side. Went off somebody's stick. This is Gabriel hard in the corner. Can't quite keep that one in. I think this one is going to go for icing. Assuming it's not on goal, it is on goal. It's always a challenge for less experienced keepers, exactly when to play that and when not to. But as there was offensive pressure, the referees will blow the whistle. That one right off. Opportunity here. Zeros quickly to the far side. Good job squeezing those pads. Not out of danger yet. Shot. Opportunity for the Cougars to tie this game up. But the chance goes begging. Blue Army brings this in out of... Oh, I thought they were going to get that out of the zone. This goes far side for Gabriel. Looks for a teammate going cross ice. It falls kindly that time for her teammate. That's Merrill. LeCan hits the goal, hits the referee. LeCan gets it back, tries to backhand centering attempt. Can't quite come off. Opportunity, another centering attempt. Another chance there for Gabriel. Chaos in front of the net. And eventually, an opportunity, but a save by the Cougar keeper. So we got 1:14 to go here, second period. There have been great responses by the Ice Cougars. As I said, each time the Blue Army have taken a multi-goal lead, Cougars have scored the next goal. So you get a sense that this one might be fairly close. This comes for Hughes. Hughes sends it in, goes wide. I'm not sure that one was going to be on frame anyway. Lockwood can't quite keep this one in. Unlucky that time for Lockwood. She's got some company there. Lockwood brings this one over the blue line. She's got some open ice. Slides to the corner, sends it in. Her stick is deflected. This is Chedester far side. Hughes tries to hold this one in, can't quite. Vadnais battling there. Puck might have slipped out. We'd have to check the replay on that one. Less than 40 seconds to go now. Offensive opportunity here for Blue Army. This one comes for Lockwood. Lockwood goes D to D. Nicely done. Hughes has got time. Hughes walks it in. Hughes shoots way high. Just slid up on her. They're going to try it again. Lockwood this time goes down deep, looking for Vadnais. Vadnais has it in the corner. Here comes Blue Army going the other direction. Good speed from this player with a blue helmet. Good shot that time, blocked by Hughes. Falls nicely that time for Cougars. Cougars will try to wrap around. And Ciro, alert to the danger, is on the other side of the post. That is it for the second period. So a period that saw the period start tied. Saw the Blue Army take a 2-goal lead, and of course, as I said, the Cougars answering to cut it to 1 goal, and we will move to the third. All right, folks, third period action about to get underway here. Again, first game of the Minnesota Meltdown involving your U12 Red Blue Army hockey team, summer hockey. We're glad you're joining us here on the channel. So Babbage, Van Sickle, and I think that's Bailey on the far side. Cron and Seidel, your defenders. This one taken by Van Sickle. Has that broken up. Cron tries to pinch. It's kept in that time by the forwards. Falls nicely for Van Sickle. Van Sickle centering pass. Opportunity for Bailey. And an opportunity in the goal! Van Sickle never gave up on it, and neither did Bailey. Bailey on the far side made herself available. And the Blue Army back to a 2-goal lead. Early here in the first 13 seconds of this third period. So it was great the way Van Sickle battled through that, but also Bailey just waiting for that puck in a position to shoot and create offense. Centering pass that time broken up by Seidel. This one comes near side. Shot goes in and goes well wide of everyone. Cougars control far side, far circle. This one's kept out by Van Sickle. It finds Bailey, the goal scorer. Chip to the far side. Babbage called for that one, couldn't quite get on the other end of it, but it was a nice cross-ice pass. Here come the Cougars over the blue line. Shot, broken up, stopped by Cron. Cron stick handling, now goes to the near far side. This is Bailey. I think actually Van Sickle gets credit for that goal, but Bailey kept the opportunity alive, squaring her hips up and getting that shot ready. Oh, nice move that time by Cougars. Good save that time by Ciro, closing those pads. Good pass to the point. Another opportunity. Cron tries to get this out, but it's not going to get out yet. Good battle on the near boards. This is Gabriel, left side of your screen. This one goes into the near corner. That one slid all the way across the crease. Blue Army scrambling a little bit right now. Need to dig this one out, and they do. This is Merrill. Merrill chips this one along and will chase it down behind the Cougar goalie. 13 minutes, Havoc's left, just less than 13 minutes to go here in this third period. This is Lockwood. Lockwood for LeCan. LeCan far side. Has a couple of girls in the middle. Tries to create a rebound or to create a dirty goal, but it doesn't quite come off. Cougars get this one out to neutral ice. This is Lockwood far side. Lockwood stays with it. Does a nice job of waiting for everybody to get out. This centering attempt broken up that time by the Cougar defense. And this one off of a stick. Blue Army Hughes is gonna have to break her neck to get back for this one. Nicely done. Lockwood closes that down. Blue Army chip that one out to neutral ice. And that's Gabriel pumping her legs hard to try to get to that one. It slides down into the Cougar end. 5-3 your score. I think I shorted Blue Army at least one shot. And I think I've also shorted Cougars on one of those. Here's an opportunity for Blue Army and a shot. And a save. That's an easy one. 11:50 to go here in the third period. Ice Cougars will have a defensive zone face-off to the right of their keeper. This is Vadnais taking the draw. Nominally won by the Cougars in the far corner. Now it goes behind the net. Lockwood tries to hold it in. Good centering pass, but nobody there that time for Blue Army. Chedister holds it in momentarily. It falls for Hughes. Hughes with some fancy stick work. Hughes breaking in. Hughes slides it across. Oh, it was set on a plate. What a save by the Cougar goalie. Hughes walked that in as pretty as you like. And one of her teammates was on the far side, and the door was slammed shut. That was a brilliant save by the Cougar goalie. Which means another shot for the Blue Army girls. This is Hughes, tries to go cross ice, but that's intercepted. Cougars bring this one across, shot from distance, goes well up and over everyone. Hughes says enough of this foolishness and takes a swipe at it. It's blocked, however, doesn't quite get out. Still isn't out. Lockwood now chips it forward. And Van Sickle unable to get to that one. Lockwood again with it. Puts the moves on, now goes by a couple of defenders. Lockwood with some open ice in front of her. Chedister to the middle, passes to the middle. This falls nicely for Bailey. Bailey tries to send this in, but it doesn't quite come off. Blue Army in the middle of a change behind the play. Good job that time by Cougars bringing that across. She heads off for a change. Babbage near side, can't quite cleanly control that one, but chips it forward. Can Babbage keep this one in? No, she's not able to. And it goes back the other direction. This falls for Cron. Cron sends it in, but it's intercepted that time by the Ice Cougars. Ice Cougars wheeling and dealing over the blue line, now to the near corner. Good centering pass, broken up that time by somebody in a white jersey. Now it slides out. Nice job far side as Bailey battles there. Van Sickle chases this one. Chipped ahead, an opportunity for Van Sickle. She shoots, she scores. A fortunate bounce for the Blue Army. And they stake themselves out to a 3-goal lead at 6-3. That's just hard work. And forgive me, I did not see who was chipping at that one, but it was chipped ahead, and Van Sickle found herself with an opportunity, put the moves on the goalie, who has made some nice saves here in the last handful of minutes. Cron sends that for LeCan. LeCan, far side. LeCan brings that over the line. LeCan centering pass looks for Gabriel. It's intercepted, and now the Blue Army forwards will have to back check. This is Seidel with the poke check opportunity. Cron goes over. That one's high in the air. Ciro with the save. Ciro still didn't quite know where it was. And now Blue Army break. It's always scary when the goalie doesn't look like she quite knows where it is. But Ciro living right as that one did not find the back of the net. Cron to the middle. Cron tries to unload. Gets it to the far side. Good shot that time by, I think that's Merrill, far side, 44. Yep, that's Merrill on the far side. This falls for Merrill again in the middle. Good shot and a good save by the well-worked Cougar keeper. Shots 25-10 in favor of the Blue Army. And the shots may have shorted the teams on a few of these shots. Folks, the production staff is a little thin tonight, so we're doing the best we can. But in any event we play on, I know goalie moms and dads always are watching those shots with intensity, and I apologize, I do the best I can. In any event, Vadnais battles there, backed up by Hughes and Chedister. Hughes gets it, spins, turns, whips that one down into the corner, taken by Vadnais. Vadnais tries a centering pass. That one's broken up. Chedister to the side, Hughes with it. Hughes whips it in, but Cougars get a stick on that centering attempt. Now coming up on 8 minutes to go here, third period, centering pass opportunity. This falls for Bailey. Bailey far side, has to navigate the referee. Lockwood holds it in smartly. Bailey pushes it to the middle. Bailey with an opportunity. Bailey keeps her balance, and that's broken up. Cougars trying to exit the far side, now inside 8 minutes. Cougars bring that one over the line. Good shot from distance, but that misses everything. Good defense, forcing the shot to slide behind everything. Zerbay not able to kind of get that one at neutral ice. Cougars with it. Zerbay with it there. Zerbay skates it up the far side. Zerbay chips it ahead, but can't quite slip it through. Changing behind the play are Blue Army, but they managed to have 4 defenders back. Good move that time by the Cougar forward. Had Hughes at her mercy, but Hughes with a great recovery. Shot from the point, looking for a deflection. Blue Army goalie, nice job by Ciro on top of that one. Defense helps her out there by clearing it. And this is whipped towards Van Sickle. Van Sickle slides that one by the defense. Van Sickle's going to reach this one in the corner. Has Bailey in the middle. Centering pass broken up that time as Van Sickle unable to squeeze it through. Babbage near side. Cron tries to hold the point there. Babbage doing a nice job with her stick. Bailey comes over. Cron holds it momentarily. Cron's looking to go D to D. Now she sends it in towards the slot. Opportunity for Van Sickle as Van Sickle spins, turns, shoots, and it goes wide. Another centering pass. Backhand opportunity. Backhand centering opportunity doesn't quite come off, but the Blue Army with it again. Babbage one more time from distance. This time it's held and squeezed by the Cougar keeper. And with 6:08 to go, Blue Army with good offensive pressure here in this third period. Blue Army with the lion's share of shots as that one comes in. Opportunity, a chance. Cron with a shot, and then Van Sickle rung one off the post. Doesn't even count as a shot on goal because it hit the post and did not go in. Cougars with it there. They'll bring it out the other way. Babbage, good forecheck there. Bailey also watched it, but this is Seidel. Seidel looks for Babbage, but that doesn't quite come off. Seidel through the middle. Falls nicely for Bailey. Bailey with a head of steam. Now she's over the blue line. Had Babbage going the other direction, but that line has been out there for quite some time. They needed to get off the ice. As Lacan, Gabriel, and Zerbay, I believe, get back on the ice. Check if that's Merrill. This is Lacan near corner, right side of your screen. Cougars with that one, fed towards Seidel. Seidel whips that in. Seidel will pump her legs and get back for this one. She's got one forechecker. Cron trying to run interference there. Seidel with a head of steam. Seidel continuing with a head of steam. Brings this one over the blue line. Lost control of it just over the blue line. Gets back by Merrill. Merrill attacks the far side. Loses control of it there. And here come the Ice Cougars. Ice Cougars stay on side. Cron slaps at that one. Centering pass goes all the way past Zero into the far corner. This one hops out over the blue line. And again, touch up off sides. So we play on. This one falls kindly to Blue Army. I'm not sure she knows. That's Lockwood. I'm not sure she knew that if she kept going and spun towards the goal, maybe she would have had something. But in any event, we play on. And that's offside as the puck had exited the zone. 3:51 to go. And a neutral zone face-off, a chance for everybody to reset their lines, reset their bodies. It has been an up and down game. Despite the score, it has been, and the shots differential, it has not been a rout in either direction. This is Hughes. Hughes far side. She can't quite control. This is Vadnais. Vadnais with it again. Sends it over for Chedister. Chedister far side, has it on her forehand. She's ridden off the puck, but she's able to center. Nice centering pass there. Whipped in by Vadnais. Vadnais battling there. Chedister also tries to keep it in. Right side of your screen, just below the camera. Battle there with 3 Blue Army players. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here. As a great job that time by the Ice Cougars as Lockwood breaks her neck to get back. Nicely done. Cougars had sprung a player behind the defense, but Lockwood with a magnificent recovery using the angle. This is Vadnais steaming through neutral ice. She's got Bailey on the far side. I believe that's Bailey. Bailey sets up in the slot. Check it, that's Zerbe. Zerbe sets up in the slot, but the Cougars come away with it. Lockwood's going to have to come over and help there, and we're going to have a penalty. We are going to have a penalty. That's a pretty easy call for the referees. And a power play, a 2-minute power play, as I understand it. It'll be a 2-minute power play for the Ice Cougars. Push, hold, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to be 2 minutes for the Ice Cougars. They have to put the penalty up on the board. Having a little trouble putting the penalty up. There it is. Okay, so we are off to the races. Blue Army on the kill. This is Merrill. Check it, that's not Merrill, that's Van Sickle. Van Sickle to the outside. Also out there with Bailey, Cron, and Seidel, your penalty killers. A little bit of a collision behind the net. Bailey tries to hold it in there. Cron also tries to hold it in. This gets whipped down. This might go for icing. And I think it's gonna, and does, with 1:53 to go here in the third period. Blue Army enjoying a 3-goal lead, a 6-3 lead, but on the penalty kill. Merrill out there, along with LeCan. This one comes to the neutral, to the blue line, I should say. Excuse me. Thought I was going to make it out to neutral ice, but Seidel did a nice job of sending that in. That's another shot on goal. And they start to mount for the Blue Army. It's been about a 2-1 or maybe 3-1 differential in terms of shots on goal. LeCan tries to keep it in. This is on the far side. This is Chedister. And again, the Blue Army on the penalty kill. That's Lockwood. Back for Hughes. Hughes finds LeCan. LeCan feeds it forward. Opportunity. Couldn't quite connect with Merrill at the neutral ice. Approaching 1 minute to go in the third period. LeCan with it, brings it over the blue line, tries to get on her forehand. Can't quite control that one. This is Merrill battling right below the camera. It's whipped in that time by Hughes. This one drifts down behind the net. 30 seconds, just under 30 seconds to go here on the penalty. To Blue Army. Cougars battling there. Cougars are going to get control of it. 15 seconds, as you can see on, well, 15 seconds, my clock's a little bit off here. 8 seconds to go on the penalty. Good battle in the corner. Here comes, oh, an opportunity for the Cougars, and they score. Cougars got control of that one in the corner, slid to the middle, and the goalie really was at the mercy of the shooter that time. But with 25 seconds to go, sorry about that, folks. We got 15 seconds to go. So the Ice Cougars get what will be effectively a consolation goal as the last couple of seconds tick down here in Blaine, and the Blue Army started with a 2-goal lead. The game got tied. Blue Army again with a 2-goal lead. Cougars battled back. Then the Blue Army hit the gas, were able to get a couple of goals, at one point enjoying a 3-goal advantage. And the Cougars with the late consolation goal. But a 6-4 final here from Blaine. We will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the second game for your Blue Army girls. And we'll see